Hey, welcome to a brand new episode of Let's Play Orwell, the futuristic technology surveillance game that I've been just dying to play. I bought this game sometime over the summer. I think it must have been, I don't know if it was the last big Steam sale or what. I think it was sometime in June, or if it was just the game happened to be on sale. I had been interested in it, bought it, but I wanted to record it and before playing. So as you can see, we've got a brand new profile here. We're gonna blast our way through. I don't like doing these things too blind usually, but oh wow, which one looks like me? This guy probably looks most like me. You know what though? It's either that guy or that guy. Ugh, God, I don't want to pick a picture though. Okay, I'll pick this guy. He will be just Roman, not T Roman, just Roman. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Hopefully the audio and everything is acceptable. Things may change as we go through this here. You may now enter your email address. Entering your email address will allow us to inform you about updates on your Orwell case, potential new cases, and monthly newsletter. Optional. Well, unfortunately, I know there's a second. Did it say no connection? Go online. How am I not connected? I'm having, again, small town Canada. I'm having all kinds of issues here. I'm trying to upload videos from the Vinland Marathon and Citizens of the Nation. Thoroughly judge. Yep. While working, I will adhere to the laws and jurisdiction of the nation. Interesting. So we're setting up our profile. Very good. Registration is now complete. Excellent. I feel like we're immersed in the game right away. I've never seen this game played. I don't know how it works. So we're looking through cameras now, is that right? Okay. Freedom Plaza, April 12th, 2017. It's like a year old. This doesn't look so different from a real non-small town city, I wouldn't imagine. Everyone has a very police record found. Tracking this lady now? Yes, she looks like a criminal. Uplink to database. So they're just giving her whereabouts? Is that what happened there? Making sure the nation is aware of where this current or formal criminal is at any given time? Whoa, okay, yep. Oh, she's not doing well. Right off the bat, I'm going to say it's hard to feel anything for people who have no faces. Episode 1, the clocks were striking 13. Again, so they've really thrown us in here. They've immersed us right away, and I'm trying to talk. Okay, here we go. So, yeah, futuristic surveillance. I hope it's not too heavy-handed in terms of what is an acceptable amount of surveillance for the state to I hope it's not too heavy-handed. I'm more interested in a compelling original story rather than kind of reframing any current or recent political issues in game form, because I can watch CNN like anybody else. I don't need to have this in game form. If you're going to give me, like I say, an original, compelling story, interesting characters, interesting arcs are my favorite thing in the world, then I'm all in 100%. We'll see how this goes. I know that I believe I opened the game, then exited the game, and it said something about season 2, continue your thing now. I'm like, okay, so there's more to this. I would imagine this is relatively short. I've heard a little bit that I do know about it is that this first chapter or installment or season or episode, whatever you want to call it, is fairly short. But we'll see how it goes. If we like it, then you know what? I may continue into another season or the next sort of DLC. We'll see. If not, I'll probably finish the game. But if it's too heavy-handed, I might just honestly just walk away. You're online. Good. Call me Sims. I will be your advisor on Orwell. Together, we will form both the first and the last line of defense against terrorism. Dun dun dun. Again, my vision may be, a little different than a lot of people's because, again, small town Canada, terrorism is not something that is, I'm not going to say high on my priority list because you never like to see disaster, but it's not part of my immediate worldview, so to speak. For this test phase, you are one of the first people to try out the Orwell system under real circumstances, selected from thousands of applicants from across the globe. Normally, congratulations would be in order, but as you can see from that footage, there has been an incident. So let's get started. I've activated the reader tool for you. What I'm hoping for is something like, I don't know if this is an overused term, but like emerging gameplay, as in a la Papers, Please. Something where the story is clearly unfolding around you and you can either take in or leave out as much as you want, participate as much as you want, and not have things just bombarded over your head like, here, feel this thing now and think this way now. That to me is a very linear and narrow-minded sort of way of going about storytelling in this sort of medium and this genre of game. I've activated the reader tool for you. Its purpose is storing bookmarks to online websites and documents for easy access, and to highlight when there is new information to be investigated. First, I want you to be informed of the situation. Our leading newspaper, the National Beholder, will bring you up to speed. Not a bad name. Okay, so I'm going to go on the reader. National Beholder. Yep, checks out. Oh, wow. Okay. Feel free to browse the National Beholder. I've activated the profiler. Open the unknown person file once you're done. I've activated the profiler. Okay, so there's unknown person over there. It's a good day to fall in love. The leading... Oh, that's neat. Shaping visions bit by bit. Rosen Technologies. Okay. The leading... nothing is going to be irrelevant, I would think. First National Bank, putting the safe in safety. The leading newspaper of the nation. Fast, precise, honest. Study with future. Stelligan University. TNA, the nation. Bomb obliterates Freedom Memorial and kills 3. Singular. Bonton. Explosion destroys the Freedom Memorial in Bonton. 3 people killed, 5 severely injured. Authorities receive strange letter. Oh my gosh. So this is 100 Grey Shadows. Is this like 50 Shades of Grey? Written and directed by Sumishi Aran. Rhubarb Productions. What does that mean? Detonation destroys the memorial. Explosion obliterated the Freedom Memorial in Bonton, leaving nothing but rubble. Bonton at approximately 7:50 p.m. on Wednesday evening. We don't have a day here. Do we have a day up here? April 13th. April 13th. So this is today's paper, obviously. Do I have times? No times. Wednesday evening, explosion device detonated at the Freedom Plaza in Bonton. According to official police reports, 3 people were killed and at least 5 bystanders were severely wounded. The Freedom Memorial was nearly completely destroyed. Experts believe the attack was an act of terror, with police confirming that the explosive device was homemade and triggered from a short distance away using a cell phone signal. Police reports also confirm several hours earlier anonymous letter. Die Gedanken sind frei. The thoughts are free. Had reached local authorities. Prime Minister Blaine immediately issued a public press statement firmly condemning the assault, put the nation on high alert until the perpetrators have been brought to justice. JP. Okay, back. Yeah, okay, I am understanding this. Negotiations in Triflith failed. So we're going to have to learn a lot of the sort of ongoing background lore here. Pargesian? We'll go with Pargesian. President aborts negotiations with opposition. Violent riots in Triflith. Blaine encourages renewal. So Blaine is the nation guy. Pargesian. What did we say we were going with? Pargesian? Okay. Bonton and Triflith. Peace negotiations in the riot-ridden Pargesian capital city Triflith. So we got two nations, I'm assuming Bonton was like a capital. I don't think it ever said that. But I'm assuming Bonton, maybe it's not the capital. Freedom Memorial, you would usually think might be in the capital. Don't really know. So it's another nation, capital city, aborted negotiations. Independent sources report President Kassar. I'm gonna have to lean away from the mic for a second. Looks like Kassart abruptly cut off communication as the latter. So when was this? News about the premature cancellation cost thousands of people. Resuming demonstrations. Police struggling to keep the situation under control. Prime Minister Blaine stated his worries about the negative development regarding the political situation of the neighboring country and has requested both sides to resume diplomatic discussions. So they're negotiating with us, right? I'm assuming. And then the fluff to keep everybody happy and wet and just lovely. Gray Shadows saga has finalized. Blah, blah, blah. Updated version. Don't really care. Hilbury. That's a new place. After a lengthy shoot in the hills of Bonton. Okay. Self-proclaimed visionary. I'm a self-proclaimed visionary storyteller. So, yeah. There we go. Sumishi Aran announced that filming of his eagerly awaited romantic drama 100 Gray Shadows has finally come to an end. Announced via his Timelines profile yesterday, the brash director said he was eager to begin post-production and the final editing stages before the conclusion to the Gray Shadows series would hit the cinemas on Valentine's Day next year. Third and final chapter. Announced, is this just an Easter egg or is there actual? Due to the breakdown of Hollywood power couple, Betty Avon and Mike McDeal. So Hollywood is still a place? When we reached out to Rhubarb Productions, they had a comment, they declined. Okay. So can we close this down? Bookmarks. 4 stored 7 years ago. Unknown person. Okay. The profiler holds all known information on those we investigate. The file you have opened is for our main suspect. The blue-haired woman that the CCTV footage shows before the assault is no stranger to the police. Take a look at the arrest record. Take a look at the arrest. Am I in the game still or is it frozen? No, it's still there. Take a look at the arrest record. I'm clicking multiple things and nothing is happening. I click over here and things happen. Take a look at the arrest. Oh, right here? Ah, okay. Whoa, what have I done here? The highlighted elements in the record are pieces of data that are able to be extracted. We call these elements data chunks. Hovering over data chunks will reveal their relevance to the case and any connections or information it may influence. Drag and drop all data chunks from the police database into a profile to upload them to our servers. Okay, so this is like our own little profile that we're building here, and then we're accessing other records. Okay, so we are kind of independent in some way from the police force. Gotcha. Okay. Watergate. Cassandra Watergate. What does this mean? Is this making life easy? Okay. So we've got her name. Excellent. The arrest date doesn't matter apparently. Assault on a police officer. arrested by Lloyd Duncan. Suspect was arrested on site after Officer Franklin had been struck by an unknown object and became unresponsive. How are we for time? 15 minutes. The protesters at the origin of the assault were forcibly moved, where the suspect was found kneeling and weeping on the ground. When asked to lay on the ground with her hands behind her back, the suspect cooperated immediately. So this is about a year ago, less than a year ago. So she was at some kind of protest and assaulted somebody. This is the only important information we want. Drag and drop all data chunks. So her arrest date and other information is not relevant data chunks. How did I get over here though? I was over here. Okay. So have we done that or not done that? I'm starting to get confused. Oh, photo. Okay. Makes sense. Very good. Pictures and names are crucial information for Orwell to identify a person. Information, and what worries me about this being heavy-handed is the fact that it's named Orwell. That's a problem. Information in documents can only become a data chunk when it can clearly be assigned to a target person. Information in documents can only become a data chunk when it can clearly be assigned. Add the reason for Miss Watergate's prior arrest that has just been unlocked. We will need this info to progress. Okay, so this is important. It just wasn't important yet. Good. With the data you extracted from the police record, a new document can now be accessed. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you believe in coincidence? I do not. Find data revealing where she attacked the police officer and you will see what I mean. Assault on a police officer. Wait, what? Oh, so we accessed a new... This was the new document they're talking about. July 25th, 2000. Oh, so this is an old... Right, okay, so this brought us into... Okay. This is an old... July 25th, 2000. This is going to be a slow start. Just bear with me. And this is April 13th was the newspaper we were just looking at, obviously. Woman allegedly injured a police officer 2 weeks ago. Remains in custody. Trial scheduled for August. Simple protester or anti-governmental terrorist. The case that keeps the media and the public guessing. Cassandra W., pictured above, who had allegedly injured a police officer severely 2 weeks ago, is still being held in police custody. The young woman is accused of having hit the victim's head with a large brick. The incident occurred during a rampage at the Freedom Plaza as part of a demonstration against the newest amendments to the government's model project, the safety bill. Okay, so this is the memorial that just got bombed, is where she was arrested about a year ago. The exact same location as the assault. Then she turns up there right before the explosion. Surely not a coincidence. So we're accessing security cameras, picked up her photo. Not her photo, but her image through the camera. Somehow was able to identify that she was a police suspect in the past. This was during the intro, right? Then the bomb goes off. But then we still have to access her picture. I don't understand what our role is, basically. As you know, Miss Watergate is still running around freely. We should find out why. We should also gather more background information on her. I want to know who we're really dealing with. Okay. Background, okay. Where are we here? Safety bill. Protesters at the Freedom Plaza turned violent 2 weeks ago. This is an old news article, though. Due to the chaotic nature of the scene, Police have not yet been able to connect the crime to the accused, Cassandra W., who was an artist by profession, has denied the accusations completely and has asked her fans to show their support. A trial has now been scheduled for mid-August. The case received nationwide attention when Catherine Delacroix, Secretary of Security, labeled the alleged perpetrator alongside the other rioters as anti-governmental terrorists. So she's an artist. That apparently matters. Oh yes, one who does street art by blowing memorials to pieces by chance. Great, so you have found another document. Before we go on, let's clarify your job and how it affects mine, shall we? Please. You have extracted all the info I already knew about Miss Watergate. Starting now, I'm going into this case blind. The Orwell Ethical Codex dictates that investigators like yourself are the only ones allowed to access the documents of target persons. Advisors like me only get to see the data provided by the investigators. We will then draw conclusions and request action. So I have more information than you? Your primary job is to provide information you deem important. Never give away incorrect or misleading data. You may hit disable on a data chunk you do not want to pass on to Orwell. However, some data chunks might be necessary to progress on the case. Interesting. So I opened up a new data chunk or new document with this last little bit of info. Cassandra's port. What is this? Port.folio, harboring outstanding art, painters, Cassandra Watergate. Now this obviously makes things a little bit easy, but is that why you can turn it off? Maybe if we carry on, we'll consider, if we're good at this, maybe we'll consider turning that off. But I think for now, we will I just don't want this to be a case of just drag the blue stuff across, right? Hi, I'm Cassie, a colorful inhabitant of Wonderland right behind the rainbow. That's probably not. Can we only populate certain pieces of data? Is that what? Finally found the courage to quit my dull day job, focus on my career. That's probably more relevant than this. This might be like hidden code talk, but this might tell us what she did before and give us a little bit of insight into her motivations. Is that right? You can browse through them by clicking on the arrows on the left and right side of the pictures below. Below you'll find handpicked selection of latest work. Okay, kitties. Everybody loves kitties. See something you like? Why, of course you do, because it's freaking awesome, isn't it? Leave a message on my UTEL account, also probably relevant, and tell me which piece you'd like. I'm gonna make a fine art print and ship it right away to your doorstep. Best thing, free of charge. Now off you go and have fun. Yep, that's Butte. That Butte is me. I was Need coffee. I was never sure about the title though. The Businessman's Forgotten Daughter or Victim of Traditionalism in Pink. Well, this is obviously relevant. A Christmas Present for My Darling, also relevant. This was actually meant to be a private piece, but oh well, I'd have a hard time keeping it to myself. My beloved furball Kiko. So now, what? Okay, quit your dull day job. This cannot be undone, right? Okay. So we don't know if what we drag over is going to necessarily pull up a new document. I want to know about her father. Any lady with daddy issues is going to possibly blow up a memorial later. Okay, well, I'm going to put a cut in the video here. I'm going to double check how the audio is sounding, how everything's going, and then we should be right back with more Orwell. Until then, thanks very much. See you soon.